Hi everyone, I'm at Barber here in the Pro Mazda. This is default weather and late afternoon, which is the conditions this week. I actually just want to have a look at something a bit different this session, just to see how good the high downforce setup is, or any of the iRacing default setups. So I'm just going to iRacing setups, high downforce, load. I'm taking the fuel out of it. No changes. Haven't even changed the brake bias. Now I commonly get people asking me what are some tips to make it a good starting out setup, or they don't like the ones that have been shared. What do you do to be quick in it? And I'll really always say, as long as the downforce is circuit appropriate, which on a track like this it is, the standard iRacing ones are very good. And they're not only fast, but they're easy to drive. This doesn't have any of the instability the setups I've been running around here does. And you can expect them to be very close to the pace, surprisingly close actually. Like these normal iRacing setups are quick enough to win races with. So just so I can show that I didn't, do 100 laps to find this mystical time, I'll just go out for a quick run and just see how quick we can go. Now keep in mind how settled the car is through this whole section. In any of the TT lap setups, you'll see people are struggling to keep the rear stable using constant oversteer. This thing is just absolutely pinned down through there. Brilliant traction on the rear end. Very controlled through there, goes exactly where I want it to. So stable through this section. A little bit more understeer than I'd like to that first section, but it made the corner. And first lap of the run is a 16.3. You can trail it in nicely through there, no instability to worry about. Getting the throttle really early. A little bit too much understeer in that final sector. I'm having to try to provoke the rear to get it turned. But that could be easily fixed with a anti-roll bar change or 1 or 2 clicks of wing. I love that I can trail the car into the braking zone there. You cannot do that with any other set I've run this week. And I don't think they're just good at this track. These setups tend to work well at most tracks, apart from maybe the ultra low downforce tracks. The low downforce set still has too much drag for something like Le Mans or Monza. But it would work well at something like Interlagos. Starting to grip a bit better as the fuel load comes down even. Took a bit too much of that inside curb, turn one there. Got away with it though, 10th isn't the end of the world.
as soon as the fuel is.
Pushing too hard. Think I'll end that there. So not only is it a quick set, it's really consistent. Every lap was within a tenth of the other. I think a lot of people would be better off just getting a really stable, easy to drive setup like this and just focusing on improving their driving around the track rather than constantly going back and forward making setup changes and making the car on the absolute limit, which is very difficult to control and leads to more errors. Like I said, people don't tend to like to suggest and use the default sets, but I think this shows they're very quick and sometimes you really do not need to change them.